Hello, good morning. Normally I'd say welcome to Monday, but I'm currently going to say welcome to Tuesday because I normally do Monday Facebook Lives for kind of here's what's coming this week from Lifted From The Rut and all that good stuff. But yesterday morning I actually had an intervention with a family, so that kind of took priority over the video part, and actually worked out great today because I get to make a fun announcement today about a new podcast sponsor that is coming on board, Beyond the Bars Radio. So that's exciting too, because that is actually the day that we were able to do this as well. So anyway, today's Great Tuesday. If you think it's a great Tuesday, just put Great Tuesday in the comment section, because I think it's a wonderful Tuesday. So let me know what you think about Tuesday. And then later, like I said, we have a special guest coming on. So that's going to be a very, very exciting. So, all right. So I'd like to jump right to it. Let you kind of know what's coming in face through Lifted From The Rut this week. Always fun when you all engage and show up. So I appreciate that very much. So we're going to go ahead and share the screen here, and very excited about that. So what's up, Laura Martinez? Laura says hi. Hey, Laura. Good to see you. Always good to see you. All right, here we go. Let's dive into this. Share screen. Always got to hit the share audio button because that's what we have going on here. And here is what is coming from Lifted From The Rut this week. So here you go. I'm going to always blow this up a little bit because it's easier to see. All right. I like to use this image here also. Light in the darkness. Put there a comment that says, your past does not define you. It only shapes you into the person you are becoming. So throw this out there as well. If you're not getting the emails, weekly emails from me and Lifted From The Rut, shoot me an email, rob@liftedfromtherut.com. But here's what you can expect this week. If you're getting the emails, it would say hello, not first name. It would say hello, Laura. Laura, are you getting the emails? I think you are. Greetings from myself. Hey, we had a slight change, which you already know about because we're talking on Tuesday instead of Monday. So here's what's coming this week. I always put a little reminder of, hey, what to expect. Deliver content through podcasts or webinars, whatever's happening, through coaching. It just keeps people informed, and it's always great for the many of you that subscribe and engage in that. So in this, we're going to talk about the Trifecta of Recovery webinar replay links, so you can actually watch the webinar replay that I had last week, coaching programs, podcasts, scholarship, and weekly inspirational video challenge, which nobody has taken me up on yet. But if you would like to do that, pay attention, pay close attention. So again, if you're not getting the emails, just shoot me a private message or shoot me one, rob@liftedfromtherut.com. I will tell you this, that unfortunately on my personal page, I cannot post anything for the next 21 hours because Facebook banned me from posting for a reason. I threw a video up about, Yes. Yeah. Shoot me an email. I threw a video up last weekend. I went axe throwing with my son for his 13th birthday party. Totally just kind of a cool, innocent thing, right? And my son has this video of me throwing an axe and they hit a bullseye. We're celebrating, getting crazy. Well, Facebook actually said, hey, you can't post that because this video contained nudity or content that was against community rules. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So whatever their algorithms are that analyze a video, they banned me for the next 21 hours because they said that video itself contained nudity or something against violation. It was me throwing an axe at a board at a axe throwing place in Denver. So I don't know how that actually happened, but hey, whatever. They got their things and all that good stuff. So I'm going to turn this off because I just got an email from chewy.com. So here we go. Here's what's coming this week. Bada boom. I always put a quote in here. It's kind of cool. Tiffany Jenkins, if you're familiar with Juggling the Jenkins, very, very, very funny comedian in recovery. Ask her this question about why do you care to help others? And she responds with, in the past, I made a lot of terrible choices and hurt many people. I've been given a second chance at life, and by helping people, it makes so all the dark things in my past weren't in vain. Oddly enough, I just put this connection together. There's light in the darkness. All right, continuing on. Hey, thanks, Melissa. I appreciate it. Appreciate you enjoying the tools. Really grateful to have you part of community stuff I do online. That's awesome. Here we go. So this week, and I have links in here how you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff. Because currently we're streaming right now on my Lifted From The Rut page and on YouTube, and my personal page. I don't know if it's showing up. Actually, I'm going to take a look real quick. I am actually curious if they're still letting me stream live, which it doesn't look like it on my personal page. Not cool, Facebook. But hey, we're streaming on other avenues, which is totally great too. So here we go. So this week, last week I did the Trifecta of Recovery webinar. It's a free webinar. Talk about coaching, counseling, and community. Really cool way to engage people in just unique ways, out of the box ways to work on their own recovery. And so we talked about recovery collateral and the importance of recovery collateral, which is really coaching, community, and counseling. So if you want a copy of the replay, shoot me an email because it's actually available for the next 48 hours as a free replay. But it's kind of cool. You'll literally just be able to click here and it takes you straight to the actual replay page if that is of interest to you guys. So just, again, trying to be a resource for people to give you new tools, tips, trades, all that kind of stuff in recovery. But there you go. You'd get access to the actual webinar itself. Upcoming group coaching programs. Have this live, and this may not be for you, but you might know someone that could benefit from this, because I love coaching. I love group coaching because it really brings the community of people together. But start November 4th, we have the next round of Live Your Optimized Life Christian group coaching programs I put together. There's only 12 spots per group, and then the 40 Days to Purpose, there's 40 spots for that. Starts October 27th. So again, if you're not getting the emails, shoot me an email, rob@liftedfromtherut.com. You can always just go to liftedfromtherut.com to check all this out. But it's really straightforward on how you get be a part of the class. Click here, secure your spot. It's going to be awesome sessions with, again, this other one here is really a 90-day program, which is totally great, or 7-week program for people. 2 podcast episodes. Great way to just send a link to people. Maybe you have a family member that's struggling with addiction, and you want to send them one of the podcast episodes I did with with Kevin Peterson and his book that he wrote, Chronic Hope. And I'll send that to a lot of parents and say, hey, just listen to this one. Check this one out. But this week, I did not put up a new episode, really, because I was busy this weekend celebrating my son's 13th birthday, and I just didn't want to get around to it. Didn't get around to it. So I just want to say, hey, there's 95 other episodes you guys can choose from to go check and listen and check out the topics of what you want to check out. Check and check. So listen here. You just click on the link. It takes you to liftedfromtherut.com. Click on the podcast section, and you can check it out. But I will be putting up an episode on Friday by Scott Cohn. He has a coaching business called Successful Men, sexual addiction recovery coaching for Christian men. Really cool, Scott's story and how he helps people. And I love the title of this because the reality of it is, if we have whatever sorts of addictions we may have, which could be sex addiction, the bottom line is we still have to learn how to have deep, close, intimate relationships with others, because that's just part of life, right? It's like having a food addiction. We still have to have a healthy relationship with food, right? Gambling addictions, we're still going to deal with money and risk in our life. We need to understand a lot of those aspects. So, and I always throw this out there to people that are part of the newsletter community. If you ever need to schedule a 30-minute time with me to just talk and see if I can guide you to the right resources, maybe I'm the right resource for you. I don't really know at the time, but we will definitely figure that out. But give the option to just do a quick 30-minute call with me. And then here's the challenge of the week. So I always throw a YouTube video in the newsletter, and I just call it newsletter. It's a weekly content delivery, whatever you want to call it. It's a way to stay in touch with you guys. But the challenge is to watch a particular video every day during the week and see how that affects your life. I'm a big fan of worship music and Christian music because the content, the lyrics, everything is a great way to move people towards a deeper connection, right? And so this one's by Matthew West, and it's called The God Who Stays. So no matter what pain points you have in your life, always remember God loves you. He cares about you. And it may not feel like it in the moment, but the reality is it's true. It's a true statement. I've experienced that many, many, many times in my life in the periods as well. So, and if you want to help me help others who can't help themselves, if you didn't know this, I do actually have a nonprofit attached to my Lifted From The Rut business. So maybe you want to help somebody that can't afford recovery coaching, take money out of the scholarship fund so I can coach them. Families have interventions, may not be able to afford an intervention, but they need help with a loved one. So different ways you can actually connect with me. So there you go. There's this week at Lifted From The Rut. Cool stuff. So now shortly, as one of my guests hops on with me, we're going to make a cool announcement about a new podcast sponsor, which is going to be really, really exciting. So she should be joining me here in just a minute. I'm going to stop sharing the screen right now and just hang out and talk with you guys. So keep in mind as we're doing this, I mean, this is live unless you're watching the recording. So you can ask any questions, put a comment in there. Laura Martinez, thanks for your engagement. And I do realize there's less engagement today because, as I said earlier, Facebook blocked me this morning because I was putting something on my story, my Facebook stories. If you like Facebook stories and you're watching this and you like watching Facebook stories, I'm not saying you like watching mine, but in general, I don't know, put something in the comment section about Facebook stories and if you like them and why. People love comments, helps people know you're engaged. But yeah, so over the weekend, my son turned 13. And so we went to this really cool axe throwing place that we were able to just take a bunch of his 13-year-old buddies with him. And okay, cool. All right, awesome. I'm going to hold on a second there. Megan, I'm going to send this to you. Hopefully you have this, just a second. We're going to send this to you, Megan, so you can log in and join me. I think hold on, I'm sending this link to our wonderful special guest to make sure she can hop on. So Megan, check your messenger and click on that link, and that will bring you to the point that you can actually join me on this Facebook Live. So Megan, so check your messenger, and then you can join me here in just a second. So cool stuff. Yeah, stories are great. Laura Martinez, you're like my friend right now. You're the one engaging with me. So I feel like we're having coffee right now. Laura, like we've done in the past, and just having a little coffee. I'm having water right now. I've had my coffee because I went and swam this morning. I've been swimming, trying to go every morning around 5 a.m. to 24-hour fitness to go swimming, and doing that in a combination of a different eating plan my wife and her on. I'm down 17 pounds. Woo woo. Feeling pretty good about that for sure. All right, cool. Yeah. In the green room, ladies and gentlemen, I have our wonderful guest today. Megan is in the background, ready to hop on with me and chat. So earlier I said, it's cool to announce kind of different sponsors, different supporters of the programs I put out there. And I'm going to bring Megan on, and we're going to tell you who Megan is right now. So hello, Megan. How are you doing?
Hey, Rob. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing totally awesome right now. And so excited to have you on. Let me switch a couple. Let me switch this. We're going to make ourselves a little bit bigger here. So, whoa, there we go. Look at, we went from like a 2 centimeters to 3 centimeters on the screen here. So, all right, very exciting. Oh yeah, look, Laura says, "Hey, wow, congrats! That's a huge accomplishment." Oh, I was just talking about how I dropped 17 pounds recently as I was killing some time.
Killing
some time, doing a lot of swimming and people probably seen this online, like this Optavia eating plan that people are doing, like dropping crazy amounts of weight. So my wife and I did that, and just trying to get down to a good weight so I can be healthier. And I know you're all about health too. So
yeah, my Peloton's right over here. I try and keep it out of the camera, but that's my pride and joy at the moment.
Yeah, I did a Peloton down at the Winter Symposium. In the hotel I stayed at had one of those, and that was like really cool and really fun. So that is exciting that you're doing that for sure. Well, for y'all that don't know Megan is with Aspen Ridge Recovery Center, and she is they have decided to join the Beyond the Bars radio crew and be one of our sponsors. So I have some cool things to reveal to you, something that you actually haven't even seen, Megan, yet, that I put together for these episodes we get to air coming up. But hey, tell people like kind of who you are and what you do at Aspen Ridge, and maybe an overview of what Aspen Ridge is. And then we're going to dive into this cool little page I put together for you guys. So.
Sure. So I'm Megan Pitcher. My title is marketing director. I oversee our marketing, outreach, admissions, alumni efforts at Aspen Ridge Recovery. Aspen Ridge is a dual diagnosis extended care treatment model. And what that means to you and I is that the dual diagnosis piece, we can treat our licensed clinicians are duly licensed to treat both substance use disorder and mental health. So any underlying trauma, anxiety, depression that often kind of goes along with that. So, 10 years ago, we used to think that it was just treat the addiction piece, like, stop drinking or stop using and you're healed, right? But oftentimes there's a lot of underlying issues that go into that. And, drinking or using tends to be just a symptom of the mental health issues. So our clinicians are licensed to treat both and really treat addiction holistically. We have 4 physical locations in Colorado. So one in Fort Collins, one in Lakewood, Denver area, one in Lone Tree, and we just opened another in Colorado Springs. So lots of physical location growth and opportunity this year for access from an access standpoint. And then also we have a REACH program, which is a virtual online intensive outpatient program. And so that really helps folks that live in rural areas and or working professionals that are traveling or can't drive to one of our physical locations to get help in the treatment they need. So that's a general overview. I don't know if I missed anything there. But yeah, so the other piece of it outside dual diagnosis is that we're a 90-day program. So our typical length of stay is about 90 days, which tends to be associated with better outcomes. So like I said, we have the option to start in our in-house transitional program with recovery residences. That's our highest level of care. And transition down into our intensive outpatient programming, which is evening only. So you can go to work and still get treatment, and also kind of transition back into the community and into our alumni community as well.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, the longer people are in recovery programs, the better chance of their, success in recovery is, right?
Yeah, exactly. We definitely see that about 80% of our alumni that go from our in-house transitional program through to intensive outpatient or sober up after a year of graduation. So
cool. Well, that is exciting stuff, and that's why I was glad that we got to as COVID restrictions are being a little lifted in restaurants, we got to hang out and have lunch together with your team and just kind of talk and connect. And so I want to show you. You haven't seen this yet. I want to show you this little page I put together because we have. We're doing kind of like an interview series with several people on your staff. So we have 3 awesome interviews coming right now, but I want to show you this I put together over the weekend. And so I'm going to share my screen real quick with everybody. And this is kind of cool because, again, you haven't even seen this yet. So
I know.
Yeah. All right. So here is a page I put together. So Aspen Ridge, sponsor series, Beyond the Bars Radio podcast. For those that haven't watched it, it's basically a podcast that we talk about addiction, recovery, and really transforming lives, which is what y'all are doing at Aspen Ridge, which is really exciting. So again, this is sort of live, but it's not. So no one can really go there yet until we get the first episode launched. But there we go, Aspen Ridge Recovery, the wonderful logo. And I only have Patrick and Diana on here yet, but basically you're going to get to know people that work at Aspen Ridge and what they do through the interview and their own personal story. So you're going to get to hear from Patrick Kelly, Director of Operations, and you get to hear from Diana Sandoval, who's the Executive Clinical Director. And then I wasn't able to put this up yet, but we also have a third interview coming that we'll put the content and everything now that I have like this easy speaker form that we fill out. And so I have all that new content that I get to put up for our third interview, but we're going to roll these out every week. So for the next 3 weeks, you're going to get to hear from someone at Aspen Ridge on Beyond the Bars Radio podcast. And And here's the commercial we put together. Ready for this? The one I recorded that I was like, we didn't know who was going to record it, but it's kind of fun to partner up with you guys. So here is the commercial. Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? Aspen Ridge Recovery is an award-winning 90-day drug and alcohol treatment program with 4 locations and an effective online treatment program called Aspen Ridge Reach. They accept most insurance and have affordable cash payment options that are available. Are you ready for a new life? Call them now at 855-631-2925 or visit aspenridgerecovery.com. That's 855-631-2925 or visit aspenridgerecovery.com.
That's awesome.
There you go. That's it. So it's coming out. It's officially going to be kicked out next week for the first interview every 3 weeks or for 3 weeks after that, y'all. So it's going to be a good time.
You've got the voice for sure.
Yeah, if you need a voiceover or anything, call Rob Lohman. So, Melissa asked the question, where can we watch this? So, if you go to liftedfromtherut.com and click on the podcast section, there's going to be an actual page for Aspen Ridge, specifically because they're what we call a term sponsor. We're doing 3 episodes. Thanks, Laura. Fun comments there. You know, Laura's has 20 comments on here today, just saying, great job, Rob. Awesome. And thank you. I'll be posting this next week, but one way you really can stay in touch with all this stuff, if you're not getting emails already, is just send an email to Rob at liftedfromtherut.com or just message me and send me your email. And that way you kind of stay in touch every single week. So each week there'll be something in the blurb about the Aspen Ridge, who's going to be on that week. And just really excited to partner with y'all, Megan, and excited to see what God does through that too, to just bring people to your program. And it's a great program, and it's on top, one of the top of my list to refer people to when I'm doing coaching or interventions and stuff. So I just appreciate you taking a few minutes to come on so people can say hi to you, and looking forward to this as well. So you want to say anything else to people as they're here? Like let's say something to the person right now that's watching. They go, gosh, I know we need to do something, but I'm gonna wait till after the holidays to really call and get help, because I know Johnny or Sarah or Beth or someone needs some help, but we're just gonna wait till after the holidays. We don't need to do anything now. What would you say to that person that's on the fence to call you guys and get some help, or call anybody?
Gosh, that's one I wasn't prepared for. In general, I've been there, right? Like I have family members that have kind of waited to get treatment, and the situation doesn't change, and oftentimes it can get worse. So the sooner the better, honestly. And our staff in general, just our admission staff and our clinical staff, truly, honestly cares. I mean, you're going to see it come through in these podcasts, right? For Patrick, for example, is an alumni of Aspen Ridge and works for us now, right? So these people just we all care and are passionate about what we do, and it works. And the sooner you get help, the sooner you can get a second chance at life, like you kind of said at the beginning there. So I guess that's my 2-minute response.
Yeah. Just taking a chance, you guys, on I always call it investing in yourself. If you're the one that's struggling and you don't know what to do, investing in yourself is huge. To just say, I'm just going to call, inquire. It's not like if you call the number, they're going to pick you up in a van. You're just calling to get information and see hey, here's a chance to invest in myself and get some help. And so I'm excited to bring the podcast series to everyone, and just glad you hopped on for a few minutes today, Megan. And it's going to be a great time to connect with people and let them know what Aspen Ridge is. Okay, cool. So Megan has Melissa, I'll shoot you a message about that one too. Different thing. That's a little different something than, wait, Megan or Melissa, are you asking about Aspen Ridge, online reach program? Is that what you're asking? If not, if you're talking about what I brought up about Lifted from the Rut, I'll talk to you about that offline, but throw another comment if you want, Megan, or not Megan, Melissa. Oh yeah, she does say, Megan, what's the round price for online courses?
Yeah.
So she is talking to you. Sorry about that.
No, that's totally fine. For our reach program, which is our virtual programming, it's fairly similar to our in-person program. So it's intensive outpatient programming, 3 nights a week for 3 hours. That includes group and individual therapy, and it's all online. We also do UAs for accountability, which is unique in a virtual setting. That's all done remotely. through DNA testing, and then still get the alumni community support afterwards. So I know I'm not directly answering that question. We accept most major insurance, and I believe the cash pay rate. Oh gosh,
how about this? How about what number should they call to find out directly? Because we want to make sure they're getting, because it can be situational also for people, so it's not just a cut and dry, and like my coaching courses, they're like $297 per month or something for the group coaching stuff, right? So that's pretty cut and dry. But what is the best number
on the individual and their insurance? But we do offer affordable cash pay rates. If you want to give us a call, our admissions team's amazing. They're recovery coaches. They are willing to help through anything. The number is 855-281-5588.
All right, 855-281-5588. I'll put that in there.
And I lost the Facebook thing in the other screen, but I can comment on there as well. I'll respond to her.
Okay, and I got it right here, guys. I just put the phone number 855-281-5588. And that's Aspen Ridge. You can call and just inquire about the programs online, whether it's you have a whole variety, which is really cool. So, so hopefully I answered your question, Melissa, but call that number. And I would say, reference, I saw this on Lifted From The Rut, and let them know where you're calling in from and stuff like that. So, all right, cool. Well, that's kind of all we have for today, everybody. I appreciate you hopping on, Megan. I know you have hopefully a busy day of connecting with people all over the world. All right, cool. Laura has admissions at aspenridgerecovery.com as well. That's right. Look at Miss Martinez on it, girl. I love it. And Melissa says thank you very much.
Melissa. So, thanks for having me on, Rob. This is great.
All right, cool. I will talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Bye. All right, guys, there we have it. So that is Lifted From The Rut TV. A little different this week because it was fun to make an announcement about that. But Beyond the Bars radio podcast, you can find it at liftedfromtherut.com. Just click on the podcast section, or you can actually just go to beyondthebarsradio.com and you can go watch. I'm part of this huge mental health news radio conglomerate of podcasters, and you can go find all sorts of episodes there. But that's it for now, y'all. Thanks for hopping on, and I'll catch you next Monday this time. Again, we made it on Tuesday because I wanted to make sure that we were able to connect with Megan and announce Aspen Ridge. And then also I was in the middle of an intervention yesterday morning, so I was not available anyway to be doing this online. So we'll catch everyone later. And Laura, thanks for engaging. Melissa, thanks for engaging today. And make sure you guys share this video with people so people can see it. Again, we broadcast this live today on YouTube, and then Lifted From The Rut Facebook page. It was supposed to be on the personal page, but as I told you before, Facebook, for some reason, the video I posted about me doing axe throwing at my son's 13th birthday, which was awesome, and I had a bullseye. It was like perfect, cool video. Facebook said they took it down because they said it contained nudity and something else that violated community, whatever. So I have no clue what was in the video for that. Facebook, I don't understand you sometimes. I know you're listening right now, Facebook, but we appreciate the platform, but sometimes the things that are screened or whatever, it's really weird. So hopefully they'll lift that, because the video was actually really cool. Oh, actually, I wonder if I was going to say I could try to show it right now, but they might get rid of this whole video. But anyway, it was really fun. Hey, son, happy 13th birthday. It was a great weekend. And that's all I have for now.